Making his way to the cage, originally from St. John's, Newfoundland, going from one coast to the other, now training in Vancouver, British Columbia under Marcus Suarez, who many people, including yourself, my professor, know, one of the top students for the late great Carlson Gracie. Marcus Suarez, of course, gave his first black belt in Canada to Dennis Kang, who's about to make his debut with K1 Heroes. Kang, a training partner for Garett Davis. This guy is all about the submission.
If you want to talk about a strong team behind you, Garett Davis has about as strong as you can get. Marcus Suarez having that black belt under Carlson Gracie, that's a world-class accomplishment. Training with Dennis Kang, this guy really comes in with a wealth of knowledge, both historically and currently.
And you gotta love a guy who kicks it old school with the eye of the tiger. I know Garett Davis always possesses the eye of the tiger. Nickname is Hell Choke. That's because all 9 of his submission wins have come by one form of choke or another.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be fought in the HCF welterweight division. It'll be contested over 3 5-minute rounds, and the man in charge of the action is Mr. Vern Gorman. First, in the blue corner, originally from Fort Worth, Arizona, now living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He trains out of Fit NHB and is trained by part of the Fit NHB Wild Bunch. He is trained by Tom and Arlene Vaughn in an MMA style. He's 5'10". He weighed in at 170.5 pounds. He has 5 wins, 1 loss. All 5 wins by way of submission. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Toby Johnson. And his opponent in the red corner, originally from St. John, Newfoundland, now training out of Vancouver, British Columbia, and Universal MMA, part of the Carlson Gracie MMA team. He is trained by Marcus Suarez in a Valet Tudo system. He is 5'10", weighed in at 168.5 pounds. He has 12 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, 2 KOs, 9 submissions. Let's hear it for your Canadian athlete, Garett "Hellchoke" Davis.
Iceberg vodka tail of the tape for this welterweight matchup. Garett Davis is 35'10", 170 pounds with a record of 12-7-1. Toby Johnson is 24'5'10", 170 pounds. He sports a 5-1 mark. We talk about submissions. Both these fighters know all about the submission game.
And when you know about the submission game, when the fight goes to the deck, it potentially will not be boring. Looking forward to that.
Toby Johnson has 5 wins, all 5 by submission. We told you Garett Davis, 9 of his 12 victories have come via submission, but looking to test the stand-up early on in this 3 5-minute round welterweight matchup.
Toby Johnson's stand-up posture is a lot like Tong Po out of the movie Kickboxer.
I remember Tong Po well. Still gives me nightmares when I see that guy's face.
Different haircut, though.
Garett Davis getting a finger in the eye. Immediately Johnson touches gloves as a show of sportsmanship. Davis now catching the kick and just putting Johnson to the canvas, and was able to deliver a series of right hands. A good job there by Garett Davis, although now Johnson working for the armbar underneath.
Yeah, he is, and Garett Davis did the right thing by hanging onto that leg and picking his opening and then dumping Toby Johnson on his back. But Johnson's got a real good guard all of a sudden.
Yeah, and he wants to pop that right arm out looking for the Kimura. Good job by Davis to avoid the submission thus far, but could be working for a triangle as well.
Totally working for a triangle right here, moving that right leg back up. But look at this. Garett Davis postures up and drops a right hand.
Good job by Davis to create the distance and drops a left hand now, but again, active guard by Johnson trying to keep Garett Davis at bay. And now Davis looking for a move, giving up his back momentarily into a strategy that could cost Garett Davis, but he's up along the fence now. I think Davis may have been trying to spin out of the active guard and almost gave up his ankle.
I love wild grappling matches where all these unpredictable positions happen, and you know, where the guy's going to do a wheelbarrow carry over the other guy, then the other guy pops up. You got to love that. It gives us a chance to invent something new to call it.
Exactly. Davis working from the Thai plum, if you will, right now, and delivering some knee strikes right up the middle.
A little bit of a slowdown, but we get a little trip, or was it a guard pull?
I think it could have been a little bit of both, although Johnson now working from side control. Davis, as you can see, with his left arm, keeping it at the hip, trying to keep Johnson at bay, not allowing him, although from the knee on belly position, looking to go into full mount perhaps, but a good job by Davis here.
We got side control for Davis, and he's keeping that position, but what we're seeing is that Johnson is turning over onto his side, but he's almost giving up his back. And Davis is getting his back. He's got the arm under it. This could be a problem.
Davis looking to get his hooks in and finish it with a rear naked choke. Johnson trying to squirm, trying to relieve the pressure. Ability to do so thus far as he's got both arms free.
Johnson hanging tough, but his chin is too high up in the air. Oh, there it is, Morrow.
And held choke, does it again, picks up the rear naked choke victory, improving to 13-7-1, and now with 10 submission wins as he chokes out Toby Johnson here in the first round.
Toby Johnson gave a good accounting of himself, but once Garett Davis got his back, he just took his time, got position, put the choke in, and goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vern Gorman stopped this fight at 3:03 of the first round due to tap out, and the winner in the red corner, Garett Hell Choke Davis.